Good morning, Steve. It's Monday morning. Ready for work?
Got my coffee, and man, I'm excited today. I really am, David, because we have with us not just any guest, but a very, very special guest, David. So today we have on the show Miss Gail Windisch, and she is the Senior Director of Operations at Tidewater Property Management. Gail, thank you for coming on the show. Why don't you tell us and our viewers a little bit about what you do over at Tidewater? I hear you wear a lot of hats over there. So what is it that you do?
I do. So I'm the senior director of operations. So I oversee all of our offices. We've got four, and I dabble in marketing, oversee the regional directors. I do a lot.
So, how is that you got into property management in the first place?
So I made the mistake of, I'm probably going to date myself a little bit, but I answered a newspaper ad and went for an interview, and I needed a job. So I took the position as an administrative specialist, and I was actually assisting my bosses that I have now, the owners, and yeah, rest is history.
So can you tell us a little bit more about Tidewater Property Management? What do you guys do actually as a company?
Yeah. So Tidewater's been in business for over 30 years. We pretty much handle everything real estate. So we can manage your associations, we can manage your rentals, we sell houses. We have a sister company that's a maintenance company. So we can fix your house. So we can pretty much do
Oh,
anything.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting portfolio. So, let me ask you, as far as managing, do you manage also commercial properties and stuff like this?
We do actually. We do have a few commercial properties that are in our portfolio of associations. So and that's actually how Stanley started the business 30 some years ago.
So, you did mention to me last time we spoke that you started in property management with Tidewater pretty much right out of college. I mean, you were still a teen at the time, a late teen, but teen. And you climbed the corporate ladder, and that's not always an easy thing to do, but you stayed all these years with the same exact company. Can you tell us a little bit about the keys to success in climbing the ladder?
I think the most important thing is just sticking with it. It gets really tough. I mean, this industry is very difficult to stay in long term. There's a piece that you can get out of each experience that you have that I think can give you that satisfaction of, oh yeah, I helped that person. I got them the answers that they needed. I did what they needed. I guess just, really working hard. I mean, you just got to dig in, like you gotta stay organized. You gotta, check things off your list. You really just persevere and really, I always managed communities and dealt with the clients like it was my community. Like, what did I want my community to look like? What did I want my owners to feel whenever, they're upset or when they're satisfied with something? And, just kind of looking at it from the flip side, I think makes a big difference. You kind of forget that it's a job, but it's also, you're giving back to your communities and to your boards and to your owners. So really just kind of flipping it around and making it more about, like, what would you want it to be?
So, we're on LinkedIn, and we're looking at your LinkedIn profile, and you have a ton of letters at the end of your name. Like, how did you get all these like acronyms, and what do they mean?
Oh gosh, yeah. So a lot of time. A lot of time is what it took to get those. A lot of time and energy and studying and tests. So, but no, they're the credentials that you can get from CAI, which is Community Association Institutes. So that's basically like the educational umbrella that managers and even business partners and, homeowners can be part of. And it's just an area where you can learn more about this industry. So they offer obviously credentials for managers to further their education. So I have my CMCA. That's the first credential that you can get. That's the Certified Manager of Community Association that you pretty much take a test for and pass a class. And then you can go for your AMS after you've managed for a couple of years. That's your Association Management Specialist credential. And then the big one, the big doozy one, that's the PCAM. So that's Professional Community Association Manager. That you actually have to take, I think it's about 6 200 level classes. And then you also have a case study that you have to go to and basically write a very long paper about that association, everything that you learned from it, from interviewing the, board members, the business partners, the staff, if they have any. It's a long, grueling thing, but well worth it.
Okay, I have two questions about your PCAM, right? First
Sure.
of all, does the company that you work for, or generally speaking, do they support your endeavors in gaining these credentials and the furthering your education? And the second part is, PCAM is a really really big deal, so congratulations. But
Thank you.
what's after that?
Oof. All right. So first question, yes, the company does support it. They have always been very supportive of me and of our entire staff and furthering our education. Our company actually covers the cost of those classes.
Oh,
Yeah. They also cover the designation renewals, other seminars and breakfast seminars and expos and things. So
Wow.
they're very supportive of continuing education for all of our staff. So
Wow,
love
but big
love
shout
that
out for
part.
Tidewater Property Management then.
yeah,
Truth,
wow.
truth, yeah. I love it. I love the opportunities to go and to network and to, obviously be able to get those credentials and be supportive of it. So yeah, it's really, really great.
And to follow up
Um,
on Steve's question, what's next?
Gosh, let's see. I mean, I would love to sit on the board of National. I think that
Ooh,
would
Mm.
really be an awesome opportunity. So I've been on the board for our local chapter. I'm in my 5th year right now, so I've got one more year to go, and then I've got to take a hiatus of it. But I would love to sit on the national board. I think it would just be an awesome perspective, to see not just the regional stuff, but the, more global things that are impacting our industry and really be looped into that. I'd love the opportunity to get my large scale manager credential, but that's a little bit tougher in this area. There aren't too many associations around here that would qualify for that, but maybe one day we'll see. So, but definitely want to keep going, keep educating myself, keep learning more, network more. So,
Very cool. Well,
fabulous.
and now final question for me, Steve, and then I'm out of it. But you've grown in the industry from a late teen to a senior vice president in your company. What would be your piece of advice for new managers? Doesn't matter how old they are, but what's your piece of advice to help them turbocharge their growth in the industry, boosting their earning potential and their value in the marketplace?
gosh, that's a good question.
Okay.
Honestly, I think just yeah, it is. I would honestly say maybe just always be willing to learn. I think one of the best things you can do is, you know, take that challenge. If you're really good at managing HOAs, maybe try out a condo and, expand your knowledge that way, or just different types of communities, different size of communities, different amenities. I think you can learn so much from having the opportunities with that. Um, I think just work really hard at networking. I mean, that's really what, helps us achieve our goals is, having the right business partners that you can go to, like you guys, and get answers to the questions that you have and, help to educate your boards. Other than that, just take your PTO. it's it's easy to get it's easy to get tired and, to feel burned out. So, if you've got PTO, just use it and actually disconnect because I think we're all really bad at that too. Or everything's on our phones or, we take our computer with us or, whatever.
Well, we do like to give our guests an opportunity to recognize somebody who's helped them along their career, along their journey. So, do you have anybody in mind? It could be a charity, it could be just a mentor, just somebody who's been influential in your career or even your personal life, just to give a shout out to.
I think first and foremost, I want to say my bosses, Stanley and Mark. I mean, I talked about earlier, they've just been so supportive of everything that I've done with my education, and they're just the best bosses that you could possibly have. So, big shout out to them. And then, honestly, to the rest of the Tidewater family, just because they are the reason I'm here. They are the reason I do this. They're a really good group of individuals. They all work super hard. I'm very proud of them. Love hanging out with them.
That's
So,
cool.
yeah.
And apparently, they are also the reason why you did not leave and are not going anywhere. So,
Yeah, I'm in it for the long haul. I'm stuck.
all right. Well, thank you for joining us today, Gail. We wish you an excellent rest of your week. And Steve, whatever you're doing, I hope it bites.
Oh, geez.
Thanks, David. Thanks, Gail, for being here.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you guys next week on Car Chat.